Hello you lot, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm going to do something really amazingly easy and wonderful. I'm going to make no-yeast pizza. Alright, before we start, a shout out to Louis Vizcara in Pittsburgh, who's been silently watching this channel for years and years and never made a comment until now, so hello Louis. Now this very interesting recipe was requested by, well not requested but suggested by Ian Tully, and what makes it interesting is there's no yeast, there's only two ingredients. It's self-raising flour and Greek yogurt, and it works, it just works. I don't know how, but anyway, it's marvellous. Also, shout out to Anna Lee Brown, who on our live stream the other day was expressing her concerns or her difficulties with making pizza dough the way she likes it. So this may or may not help, but anyway, it's worth having a go. So, if you enjoy this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, become a patron, make a donation, etc. And now, let's make pizza! So I'm going to make two pizzas. One will be chorizo and bell peppers and cheese and maybe some olives, and the other one will just be cheese and tomato. Yeah. So I've got I've got some fresh basil, I've got some garlic, I've got one red bell pepper, one green one, I've got some olives, some Parmesan cheese, a bit of red onion, some sliced chorizo, some lovely tomatoes, and some mozzarella, which I will cut into cubes, and some cured pork loin, which is there just for a photo. So I need to prepare a few things before I actually make the dough. The beauty of this dough is as soon as you've made it, it's ready to go. So no waiting hours and hours and hours for it to prove and rise, and tedious things like that. So it's magic. So we want 2 or 3 slices of red bell pepper and 2 or 3 of the green, and we'll just set those aside because they're not actually going to be cooked in the sauce, so we'll keep them separate. We also want 2 or 3 slices of onion. This is red onion because I like it. Oh, clove of garlic crushed. That's actually it. Let's just get on the stove and whiz up a quick sauce. Now I'm going to slightly pre-cook the bell pepper slices. So you want a frying pan on medium heat and generous glug of EVOO, and when that's heated up, add your slices of bell pepper and just let them cook for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I just do this to take the crunch off the peppers because I like raw bell peppers in a salad but not on a pizza. That's just me, you might skip this step. Anyway, when they're a bit softened, remove them from the pan and set them aside. Now we're going to make a tomato sauce. So add your sliced onions and minced garlic to the oil that the peppers were cooked in, and just let those gently cook for about 5 minutes. Now add some tomatoes. I know I showed you some beautiful fresh tomatoes on the vine, but I've actually got half a can of chopped tomatoes that needs using up, so I'm using that. Also it's easier. So add those and stir them. Add some tomato puree as well, and that gives an even more intense tomato flavour. Now normally I would season it with salt, black pepper and oregano and basil, but I've got this all in a little jar that you grind in. So we'll try that, see how that is. Should be fine. So let that cook through for a couple more minutes, then give it a taste, and this is actually very, very sharp. So I've added a teaspoon of sugar, and when you're happy with that, set it aside and let it cool down completely. Okay, I'm going to make the magic dough. So I've got self-raising flour. If you can't get self-raising flour, you can use plain all-purpose flour and, I don't know, a couple of teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to do 2 pizzas and maybe something else. So I reckon a pound of flour will be okay, 450 grams, 454 if you want to be pedantic. Alright, that's 459. Add salt, up to you maybe. I did try this the other day, didn't add salt and it was fine. Now, Greek yogurt or Greek style yogurt. I hope I've got enough because I want the same weight. I can't actually tell because of the tear, so this needs to get up to 900 grams. In you go. A bit short, that's 820. I'll go with that, actually. 835 total. And I really don't know how this dough works. I know that the rise comes from the baking powder, but I don't know what role the yogurt plays. I mean, hydration and holding the flour together, but you can't actually taste the yogurt in the finished dough. It's remarkable. Anyway, we need to mix it. So we'll just mix this on low speed for a few minutes. You can do it by hand, it's not easy. Once it's come together into a kind of cohesive mass, you change the paddle for the hook. And use that to knead it for about 5 minutes. So there it is. Now you can wrap that up and stick it in the fridge for half an hour to rest. And you can have a rest as well and a cup of tea and a biscuit, because you've been good. Right, I'm going to prepare my pizza tins. Got a new one today. By lining them with greaseproof paper. And that's basically so I can put these in the oven to get them really hot. But I'll construct the pizzas on the paper. So what I need to do is just cut a circle of this paper for each one. Here's one I made earlier. So now I need to roll my dough out into discs the same size as these. Bit of flour on the worktop and on the rolling pin. And get about half the dough. And roly roly. So I think what I'm going to do is make one quite thick and the other one quite thin, because I like mine thin and crispy, and Mrs. KeefCooks likes them thick and doughy. So that'll do for one of them. I think we'll designate this as the thick and doughy one. So for the thinner one, I'll use a bit less dough. Now you want to heat your oven to 210 degrees Celsius for a fan oven. That's 230 for a conventional one. Basically very, very hot. So let's do that. And pop your tins in. I was actually looking for a pizza stone today, but couldn't find one. I've never used one, but you know, might be worth a try. Anyway, another time. Okay, right, the thick pizza base. I'm just going to brush that all over with Evu, extra virgin olive oil. You knew that, didn't you? And then the tomato sauce and chorizo, a bit of mozzarella around the place, and red and green peppers. and a sprinkling of Parmigiano. And there's actually a bit of grated mozzarella in there as well. So well cheesed up. Okay, we'll just move that to one side, and then do the other one, which is going to be cheese and tomatoes. Okay, for the cheese and tomato one, I'm going to paint the base with Evo again, and then a little bit of tomato passata. Okay, cheese and tomato. Well, let's do the tomato first. Oh, and some bits of onion, which will be pretty much raw, but I like raw red onion. And then your assorted cheeses. I've got like red Leicester and cheddar, and these bricks of mozzarella again. Okay, and so we can give that a good grinding of black pepper, and the other one I'll give a grinding of this pizza seasoning stuff. Okay, we're gonna slam these babies in. Grab a hot pizza tin and pop it on and pop it in. I'm going to give these 10 minutes and then check them. Woo! That's it, 10 minutes. Sorry. It was a bit discombobulated there. Oh, that's hot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's done. Oh. Giving this one a couple more minutes. Woo-wee. Okay, that's another couple of minutes. So, oh yeah. And now it's taste test time. Oh, you're there. With.
You said to go away.
I didn't know how far you'd gone away.
Come
You
on.
might have gone for a bath or something.
Oh, it looks fabulous.
Mrs. KeefCooks.
Hello, everybody. God, look at that. I'm not touching that. That's an extra sharp one he's got, and I'm not touching it.
No, it's just brand new.
We had quite a conversation going on a live stream on Sunday about making pizza, and lots of people were sharing
That's rubbish.
to help each other. Well, I think it's stuck to the paper, that's all.
Oh yeah, I should get it off the paper.
You think? I don't. Oh, it doesn't want to come.
Poo. Oh god, no.
Well, you know, homemade. These things are going to happen.
Oh, you. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, there.
For the Spanish speakers amongst you, I apologise.
Other words are available.
That's definitely stuck.
I'm going to do it all again tomorrow.
So, what kind of dough is this? It's not it's risen, so it's not the yoghurt dough, is it?
It is. It's self-raising flour and Greek yogurt.
Oh, right.
It has to be Greek yogurt, I think, not ordinary thin runny stuff. I don't know why.
We had a go at this. We had a practice run the other morning.
But I didn't do the paper thing. Oh,
Yeah, without a paper thing.
honestly.
And yeah.
It was good.
Pizza dough without having to leave it to rise. Yeah. It certainly looks pretty.
Right.
I've managed to get myself some.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Further in from the edge to get more of the pepper. Okay, so margarita, yeah? It's margarita time. Excuse me, I'm just gonna nip over there. manage to
No.
get some off?
No.
Right, so is the yoghurt one very sticky, do you think?
They're both yogurt.
No, I know, but I mean, is the yoghurt dough, does that make a more sticky dough than the ordinary one? Just quietly torture my husband. So tell me again what you think.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, it certainly tasted good. Right, I'm gonna have a little fight with this. So structural issues, I believe, is what we're gonna say about this. There's no cheese on that bit. There's lots of tomatoes, and I can assure you it's warm. Right, I'm gonna put this in my mouth and stop talking. Your turn.
Okay. Right, well, guys, sorry about this, but you know. Not everything works all the time. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Can't have any more of that.
it may not behave the way it's supposed to, but it's fun. Well, did you enjoy making it? Come on, tell the truth.
It's been a very long, hard day.
Yeah, but you've only been making pizza for a while.
Well, it's finished 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. What time is it? Woo!
So, alright, there's something else.
Them looks sugary.
They're dough balls.
Do they have anything in them apart from dough?
No.
There's no secret filling. Okay.
No, so it's just deep fried and tossed in sugar.
Yeah. They definitely could do with some raspberry jam or apricot jam in them, because dough balls is donuts, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
It's not the same texture as donuts. Well, I think thick pizza. Yeah, nice, but yeah, and also the moisture of the jam in the middle. If you could find a way of doing that. Mind you, with donuts, you make the ball and then you inject the jam.
Yeah, it would explode otherwise.
Doable.
Okay. Oh.
Mixed results.
Thank you
I'm
for
not
watching.
complaining.
And see you next time.
Hang on, I've got pizza on that one.
And see you next
Come on,
time.
Keith, concentrate.
Thank you for watching. And see you next time.
Got to learn to concentrate. Got to focus.